welcome to Respect Your Elderly. So, last session, the lovely old folk that you see here were basically had found themselves pulled out of the, rudely interrupted from their bingo game, pulled out of their nursing home, and set about on an adventure at the behest of Whistle Sprite's grandson Kyle to find out what is plaguing the kingdom. For its and they have found themselves heading out. They were attacked on the road, and they've since found themselves in the garden of the Temple of Daima, which I guess that we should probably go to.
Oh, these maps. Yes.
Yes.
You made these maps.
I did. So yes, this is the Temple of Daima. Welcome to it. What would you like to do?
Continue shuffling after the group with Kai.
Yes, we shall
slow men
be
problem.
moving quite slowly.
It's taken us this 2-week period to get up this path.
Yeah, it's not for a breather.
That's where
Yeah, 2 weeks, that's quite optimistic, to be honest.
Yeah, we're still faster on the shoot.
Yeah.
What path?
So you're just casually heading down the path?
I think one of my servos in my knee is feeling a little bit stiff. Has anybody got any oil?
Hey, yes, hang on.
I can kick you again if you think that'll help.
Wheel over to Woo and reach into one of the pouches on the side of my chair and pull out a little brass jar of oil, little spout on it. Squirt it all over Woo's knee.
I stand on one leg, and there's a point as I'm standing on one leg that you think I'm going to fall over. And I just write my hand onto your chair, and I kind of move my leg. Yes, thank you, that does it. Much better.
Wait. Also sighted flammable. Watch out for fire.
Hey, if I wasn't mistaken, I'd think he'd be showing off with his working knees.
When you say that, I do a squat. Just look, and I stick at the bottom, and as I try to stand up, I'm just like, yes, it'll be right in a minute. Just wait for the oil to work in, and I'll be fine. And you hear this horrible wrenching sound as my kind of as all the force goes into pushing my knees up.
Are you sure you don't need Sila to kick you again?
I'm okay, thank you. Let's move this way. And I take a step.
Am I missing a token here? Oh no, never mind. No, it's all good.
Steven's not here.
No.
Missing ghosts. That's the problem.
Steven's not a ghost, he's a tentacle. They're very different.
When you resummon him, I will give you Steven back.
Yeah.
Can everyone roll me a perception check? Please.
No, I failed my real life perception check to see it on the sheet.
Wow, 20. Alright, what did we get there? 13, 20, 14, 25, 19, 17.
Okay. Sila, Kai, Raja, Wu. Did those plants just move? Sila and Kai, those plants definitely.
Well, this is interesting.
What?
The plant's moving without the wind.
What?
Is anyone here versed in horticulture?
I'm not really a plant person.
You saw what happened to the last pot plant I tried to care for back at the home. I didn't know they didn't like to be merged with metal. Their green leaves turned purple and then withered and died.
Talking plants to the right or the left of the path?
Oh, it's all the plants.
All of them.
This doesn't
It
feel
definitely
very good.
Seems to be a sense of movement within the garden.
Everyone stick to the middle of the path, please.
Are we preparing for battle?
I would say so.
I don't know. Battle, run. Unsure at the moment.
There's so many of them. Kyle tucks himself in towards Kai as he's speaking about the plants.
But you just stay here.
And so, are you going to continue down the path, or are you... what would you like to do? At present, the plants haven't actually, like, seriously started moving, but there is a definite unnatural shift.
I voted that we take a direct shortcut through the garden.
I'm gonna keep rolling down the path, put my eyes around the plants now. Something in the trees.
Yeah.
Tactically sound. Watch your back. Check.
And as you move down the path and follow, the plants begin to move more aggressive. They sort of begin to form up at twisting out of the ground and taking on not necessarily humanoid shape, but they definitely look like they seriously want to start moving. Some start to pull roots loose of the soil and move towards you. The large tree on the corner up ahead sort of twists itself around. It's big and old, and there's two ropes hanging from it, frayed at the ends. And it sort of turns to face you and says, "She says you are not welcome here."
We're just coming for a visit. Everybody's welcome for a visit. It's a temple. People are welcome in a temple.
"You are not welcome." And it echoes through all of the plants surrounding the area. Kyle kind of curls himself and cringes in on himself as he takes in.
I think we may be surrounded. This is tactically advantageous to our enemies and aggressors. I look around. Don't like this.
Free person. The Eternal Council gave me this card. Lets me into every temple around here, every museum, and I want to get into this temple. And I've got my little card.
The Eternal Council! And the tree almost seems to quiver.
Did it do it sarcastically?
It shakes the branches that have the two ropes hanging from it.
Are these swings? We're far too old for that.
Not swings. She says you are not welcome here.
If she wants us to leave, she'll have to take it up with my boss.
Do you have a boss?
And he's not one for words. If you do not wish the dread that hungers to come and feast upon all of your life, let us pass.
This reminds me of the Battle of Auchendidy in 1312, where the Triffids came to alive and report. Wait, that was a story I read yesterday. I don't think it was real.
It's real imagination.
I like to keep up with your stories. They're quite imaginative.
Bully for her.
You said that already.
Who is she?
Being very rude.
Whistle Sprit, are we moving forward, or are you just going to keep there? Thank you. Yes, let's go.
I'm gonna slowly
Not to
roll.
refer to someone by name.
I'm just staring at the big tree the entire time.
And it sort of twists around and almost follows you.
Look, I have my little card. I'm going in.
Fair. It doesn't look... At the mention of the card, it shakes again.
Trees.
But it does.
Terrified of bureaucracy.
Can't go anywhere these days without being accosted by somebody trying to sell you something or a bloody tree trying to block your path.
I think I read that.
Stairs are out.
And the
Where's
temple
the lift?
of Daima stands before you. It's a tall marble building that's kind of been jammed into the side of this plateau on the hill. The doors on it are mostly open, but appear to have been smashed rather than actually opened properly. And a dark hallway beckons you.
I
Very
run
big
around
knock.
over the dome that controls my chair and it starts to levitate slightly above the ground. And I move up the stairs.
That's all.
Well, let's go see what welcome they have for us, considering how unwelcome we appear to be.
Dark here. Must be to my group.
There is, in fact, a very dark room before you. There is a very dark room in front of you. It's a little bit hard to see, but there's two sort of flickering lights within. A bluey, glowing one in the center, and then sort of a yellow glow that casts light upon what looks to be a defaced statue as you stare before it. As you step into the room and get a little bit closer, it does, in fact, light up a little bit. There we go. Not so dark.
Good lights. Impressive.
Lucius is going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just
There
to
isn't-
see if there's anything obvious.
Okay. There's a lot of magic in this room. There is a big, like, ping of it, I guess, coming from the center of the room. And then there's also some at the foot of the statue. There's some... Oh. Never mind. I just saw how far that actually extended. Ignore me.
The magic in the center of the room, what school of magic is that?
I'm not actually sure, to be honest.
Okay.
Sorry.
It does say if any, so maybe it's not part of a school of magic, which would be the easy way out.
Yes, let's go with that then.
There's some strange magic in here.
I mean, you're about-
Lucius.
Yes. And as you step further into this room, the pulsing orb in the center, or the pulsing runes on the floor in the center of this room, begin to pulse louder and faster. And from it spirals a giant ghostly blue snake. that turns its head towards you and hisses. You are not welcome here.
That's what the tree said.
Well, that's ominous.
Into the Temple of Time.
I've got my little card. Lets me into temples. Why is it everything in this temple wants me to leave?
Can I put on my best robot voice and amplify my voice ever so slightly, and walk forward to the snake, and stare at it in one eye and say, "Look here, we've come a very long way up a very tall and far hill. It has been most unpleasant. Some of us have got bad knees, and I really wish that you would just go back down the hole that you came from. If you look behind me, you will see that there is one member of our group which is in fact holding a card that entitles them. And beyond that, we also have a cat and a lizard person and some very old people who probably want to go to the toilet. Now, if you don't let us past, then I'm afraid to say that the repercussions will be serious and a swift letter will be written." And I would like to try and intimidate the...
Go for it. It looks very
19.
surprised by your outburst and kind of like rears back a little bit before catching itself. And it sort of turns towards you and hisses, "I do not care. This is sacred ground. Enough damage has been wrought here. Leave." And it flicks its tail. And I would like, as soon as I actually start combat, for everybody to roll initiative, please.
Oh, that was worth a shot.
That was a terrible roll.
That's flat 10.
We've got 18.
Initiative. It was a terrible roll.
Oh, wow. Who got the one?
Speaking of terrible initiative rolls. Ouch.
That would be me. Rolling well as always.
Unfortunate.
Is that everybody? Believe so.
Yep.
Wonderful. It is going to try and bite at you, Woo, because you were the closest one to it.
Yeah.
And it just reaches forward with its fangs and tries to sink them into you. Ooh. Does a 25 hit?
Yeah. I'm just looking to see if I have anything that allows me to not be there. No, I don't. Oh, this is unfortunate.
Bugs.
Okay. Yeah, 25 definitely hits.
Okay. Can you also please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, jolly good.
I like these double damage ones. They're fun.
Do I just click? Oh, here we go. Yeah. That will be a 12.
Okay. You take... Oh, you're a construct though, aren't you?
Hmm.
My bad.
Not a
You take
construct,
10.
humanoid.
Warforged don't count as constructs.
Oh, don't we?
I feel like there's something in there that prevents poison damage anyway. There's like a tiny
They have
particle.
resistance to poison damage, and no,
Yeah.
I don't think any player race has immunity to any damage.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Advantage on saving throws against poison, if it is poison.
Oh. It is poison.
But it's not immune. It's not an actual construct.
Yeah.
Even though
So I think you get to roll that, or hit the little thing and get an
If you
advantage
mouse
on
over that 12 cry in the chat box, there'll be a little plus. That'll roll it again with advantage. In the chat box, sorry.
that
It's
helped.
a 12, there should be a little plus.
What
13.
about?
It's better.
You take 10 piercing and 10 poison.
Okay.
Half to resistance poison.
So 15 points damage.
Yeah. As this snake sinks its fangs into you.
Chomp chomp.
You will, however, get to be able to take revenge because it's your turn now. If you so desire.
Absolutely. Wu is going to firstly get really pissed off, and secondly, he hasn't got that many spells. He is going to cast Misty Step as a bonus action, because it's a really stupid idea to be right next to this big thing now. It's proven to be entirely threatening and deadly. So I am going to cast Misty Step and basically just get behind the rest of the party, and just bamf bathtub out of there.
Okay.
Yep. And that'll be me.
Alright.
I'll just say, I think it wants us to go. Watch out for its teeth. It's poisonous.
Kai?
Venomous.
It bites you and it dies.
Elder?
Kai is going to move right on up to it. He's gonna cast command and say freeze.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw from it, please.
It passes.
Right then. Kai's turn.
Alright. Kyle basically freaks out at this point because giant ghostly snake things were not on his bingo card for the day.
Bring it on, boy.
And he is going to try and cast Firebolt at it. Which hits. But he rolled a nat 1 on his damage, so that's fun.
It's still damage.
Actually hit though, which is better than he did in the entire other fight. So,
Just needs more
well done, boy.
conviction.
That's more like it.
I hit it!
You show them.
Excellent. Now watch out for his return attack.
Whistle Spirit?
I'm going to move over to the side a bit. I lost track of where I was for a second. Because I'm old. Definitely because I'm old. And I'm going to rummage around in all my pouches around the side of my chair and find my Eldritch Cannon. It's in here somewhere. Aha! I pull out the tiny cannon and aim it towards the snake. Thank you. Bollocks.
And that misses and slams into the wall over the head of the snake. It sort of swivels its head around to you and hisses as it knocks down more of the chipped and damaged stone that's been cleaved out of the side of the temple walls.
Wait, your turn. And I just bash against the brass owl that perched on the back of my chair, and the owl opens up its wings and flies forwards towards the snake. Oop.
See, Kyle, you won up on your grandfather now.
Hang on. That onslaught's talking is because bloody phone. There we go. The owl is going to fly forwards and slam into the snake.
Okay.
Bollocks.
That also misses.
Could have built it better. Screw it.
Kind of weaves out of the way as it does and flicks its tail annoyedly at you.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Raj?
To evolve. What do you call it? It is. I don't know, a second ago. This one. It's like for fighting. Insight check the deception. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insight check.
What would you like to know? Oh, it's good. Oh, you can use sneak attack against it. Cool.
Yes. So and then fire short bow.
Nice.
That
Sneak
hits.
attack.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, and that slams into this snake. And it sort of hisses and whips its head round to face Raj as it does so.
Yep, that's the turn. The side.
Yep. Lieutenant?
Lucius is gonna crack his neck, and then he's going to bring his hand up and summon Stephen, who will go just in front of him.
Okay.
As a bonus action, he will do that. And then that is going to immediately attempt to hit Big Snake, the large danger noodle. When I find where the attack is, there it is. Just going to give him a slap. Slappy slappy. Wham!
That hits.
Get cold. So Stephen will slap him. That is my bonus action, and then I'm going to pull out my wand and cast Hunger of Hadar.
Okay.
And I'm going to awkwardly try and place this so I don't hit the bloody owl. So we're gonna put it here. So it just... that entire area just becomes like a mass of darkness and unpleasant noises and cold coming out of it. And when any creature that starts their turn in it needs to make a save, and if they end their turn in it, they take damage. No, other way around, sorry. If they start their turn in it, they take damage. If they end their turn in it, they make a save and take more damage. So nothing will happen until the start of the snake's turn, but that is now up. And that is going to be my turn.
Okay. I just need to figure out how much damage you've done, and...
I haven't done any damage yet because it hasn't started his turn.
Okay, cool. Yes, sorry, my bad. That definitely hits. Thyla?
Does Can I like still see the snake, or does Hunger of Hadar completely cover it?
It is partially without the darkness area. The part directly in front of Kai.
Yeah.
So I can still punch it.
You can see a quarter of the snake based on how many tiles are covered.
Does it mean it only takes 3/4 of the damage?
No.
Worth a try.
I don't know why there's an attack roll on that spell.
Probably because I set it up.
No, it's a default one that's just made wrong, I think.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So there's a 21 hit.
It does.
Excellent, so 4 damage, and I will use a stunning strike, please.
Okay.
Which is... that should be a DC 16 save. I forgot to fix that, but a con save, please.
It passes that save as well.
Then. Oh well. I will just punch it 2 more times then.
That misses.
Bonus action punch again. Yeah, damn it.
No. They also miss. This snake kind of like wreathes away from you as it swings its head around to look at this attack now.
Well done. That'll be my turn, thank you.
Okay, so it's its turn. I need to do the Hunger of Hadar thing, which is a...
So it just takes 6 damage.
Yeah. And it turns to look at you and goes, I can summon friends too. Lieutenant, as you, with the tentacle-y thing, and 2 shadows begin to form, solidifying, in some of the darker corners of the room. And then it's also going to use Misty Step. It's just kind of going to go over here.
Okay.
Away from the darkness that you've
How
brought upon its way.
rude.
And that's going to be its turn. Woo?
Seeing these shadows form, I'm gonna. Is a shadow? Do I see? Is it like the shadow moving into a body, or what is it doing? Is
Yeah,
it?
they basically form almost like a human shape. As
Okay.
they start breathing up out of the...
I'm gonna increase the amount of light in that area to see. I see them and I go, oh no, this isn't good. It's too dark in that corner. And then I'm gonna cast light in the space 10 feet. So like in between the whatever I can see. I suppose it's just on that guy there, whatever that is. So yeah, I'll cast light to see if that makes any difference on how much things are doing.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to cast it on like the rock or something that's on the ground, the big rock or the corner of the wall or something solid.
Yeah.
Just boom, and this light erupts from the space and fills up 20-foot radius of light, and it's just bright white light because shadows don't like things like that.
They don't. And the one that's closest to you lets out an unearthly scream as this light hits it and almost seems to like shrink back into the wall.
Yes.
The one over here also appears affected by it, but it's less, I guess, concentrated on it. I'm guessing that you were more aiming for like the one that was closest to you, is that?
Yeah, because I think I realistically, I'm not sure if I would have line. I'm not sure how it works with line of sight, but yeah, I would be kind of aiming for that corner where it was standing, and then if it happens to hit that one as well, joy. But if not, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would, because it's so it would get hit as well.
Yeah. It does scream a little bit. Clearly not happy by all of the light. Goodness. Who's up next? Kai. No, I see.
Okay. Gonna go with Bless, I suppose. To Whistle Spirit, Sila, and Aja.
Okay.
Slightly over here, I guess. Will be the turn.
Okay.
Who is the last person you blessed?
Gotcha.
Raja.
Ah, okay. I keep hovering over and getting confused.
Yeah, it's confusing me as well.
I'm just
Who is
distracted by the pulsing lights, which I really should have known better about to add, but they look so cool. Is there anything else you want to do?
I think I can do anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle is very excited because his fireball hit last time, and he's going to try this again. Except he misses. Just kind of slams into the dirt. Well, into that benchy thing that's in front of the snake.
Back on
Sends
form.
up- Yes, he is. And he looks so crushed and disappointed by this. Aww. Whistle Sprite,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
Right. I'm going to look at this snake that's come close to me. Put down my cannon, I'll drop it into my lap. And I'm reaching into one of the other pouches and pulling out my arcane firearm, which is just a wand that's carved to look similar to a gun. But nonetheless, I'm going to aim it towards this snake, channel all the power that I borrowed from the lieutenant earlier, without his permission, and fire an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Bang.
That hits.
It also has a bonus 7 damage.
Sorry, I had to number then.
Just do -6 and do -7 as well.
I mean, I could, but that doesn't seem very efficient. The snake looks really beat up at this point.
Does it now?
It does. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm just going to wave my free hand, and my brass owl comes back to the chair and sits back at the base of the chair. And I'm done.
Okay. Lieutenant? Oh no, Bunny. Sorry, Raj. I'll get there in the end.
I'm just gonna fire the short bow again.
hits.
Good. Sneak attack.
That'll do it. How would you like to slice into this snake?
We'll shoot into its mouth as it hisses at someone. That sounds a good way.
Yes, it does. So you shoot into its mouth as it swings around and tries to hiss at Whistle Spray. And it sort of almost like dematerializes before you as this arrow sinks into it. You are not well. As it dies, kind of hisses.
My doctors keep saying.
And then it is dead. I can't figure out how the fuck I'm supposed to do the symbol-y thing. Ah, there we are. Yay! Now it's dead. Is that orange? That's a shadow, yeah?
Yeah, that's the bright white light that from the point, 20 foot. Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. Lieutenant? Unless Raj has anything else they want to do.
I think so. Is that what I do? No.
Okie dokie, in that case, Lucius is going to see this snake vanish, and he's going to notice that there's still shadows. He saw one fly into the wall, so he's a bit wary about that one. He's going to command his tentacle to just move into a better defensive position, so it's just going to move. I presume that one that's in the wall is in the wall and we can't see it at all, right?
Yeah, it pretty much just...
Okay, cool, that's fine.
There we go.
Okay, cool. I will just move the tentacle to a defensive position then, just in case. And then he will raise his wand at the shadow next to Whistle Sprit and will fire a bunch of Eldritch Blasts. And by a bunch, I mean two.
Go
Bang,
for it.
bang. I say as I click the button once. Bang, there we go.
Both hit.
Fantastic.
This shadow pretty much just disintegrates as your spell slams into it. It's...
I got you, Whistle Sprit.
Where you shooting?
And then it vanishes into the walls.
I'll lead the
Vanish.
Cal and I'll just say, that's how you hit a target. And that's going to be the end of my turn.
And I'm... yeah. Okay. This shadow is going to pop out of the wall next to Raj and make an attack. With a strength drain. Except it rolled a 1. So it's going to try and make an attack, but it doesn't really like reaching through the light. I'm rolling really well tonight. Or this morning. Happy time zones? Yes. And it basically just sort of hisses and then retreats back into the wall away from the light. Which brings us up to Sailor. What would you like to do?
Well, it's only the one shadow left hiding in the wall, isn't it?
As far as you're aware.
And I'll move up next to Wu, who appears to want to hit quite a lot. And I'll just hold my action, so if the shadow comes in range, I will punch it in the face.
Seems like a good idea. But it just never reappears. Perhaps slaughtering the snake has helped it, and it was weak. Perhaps there's just too much light in this temple for it to decide that it wants to reappear. This whole place is rather lit up at this point.
It's half light, half darkness.
Yes. Can we get rid of some of these templates, please?
If the shadow doesn't look like it's coming back, I'd stop concentrating on Hunger of Hadar, and the darkness would fade away into a pinprick, and then that would also vanish.
Wonderful. There is a tiny little bit of light, I guess, coming from Wu's light spell as well. This seems to have
light from that, right?
Yeah,
yes.
That's a fairly.
Be lit, I think.
20 foot radius. Oh, and then 20 foot additional dim as well. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So
yeah.
I'll cast it again. But I'll walk up to Kai. And I'll say, what's Kai's weapon? His fists. No, that's Sila. I'm old, I forget things.
I mean, Kai has a walking stick.
A walking stick, excellent. So I reach over to the walking stick, and I tap my finger on it and I cast light on the end of the walking stick. So it's just basically 20 foot bright light and 20 foot dim light beyond that while we're in this room. And then before we leave this room, I'll get rid of it, because it lasts for an hour.
Brilliant. So Kai is basically a torch at this point.
Yeah.
For the remainder of the minute he's here, I'll just leave Steven near the wall just in case the shadow reappears.
Fair enough.
I'm assuming the bless is done now.
A minute. But
No, I'll leave it on just in case.
Yeah. Kyle sort of looks around this temple with its damaged stone walls. It looks almost like somebody has or a group of somebodies have literally just cleaved frescoes off the walls and statues. You can see bits of stone arms and designs that would have been carved into the stone reliefs have just been ripped off and smashed. The benches broken, the altar defaced, and this giant statue of a woman holding a sigh. Her face has been carved, cleaved off. There's almost... Someone has gone to a lot of trouble to remove any traces of the goddess whose temple this was.
This
two
is a
bodies.
mess. Sorry.
No, go.
This is a mess. Whatever happened here?
Someone appears to be very angry in here.
Are the runes still visible on the floor?
They've been carved into the stone, but they're not glowing anymore.
Can I see if I can make any sense of them, just in case there's anything that might be gleaned?
It appears to be some kind... Oh, go for it. Arcana, probably. Yes. It appears to be some sort of summoning spell combined... yeah. But the exact nature of it seems a little bit unwieldy, I guess.
Okay. But this this has been carved here. The intention is to use this on more than one occasion.
Well, you'd probably summon the giant snake.
At this point, Kai is going to telepathically say to Kyle, you should tell, is it Nia or Neela? I forget her name. About what an excellent shot you are with Firebolt.
Kyle just kind of blushes and like jumps as he jumps initially as the sound of your voice echoes in his head, and kind of looks around as if there might be more shadows. And then yes, is very red.
I'll turn around, seeing Kyle Drew, and say, "Look, Kyle, corpses."
All of the colour just drains from his face. How long do you think they've been there?
Can I work out how long they look like they've been there?
Yeah, go for it.
What would you like me to do?
I guess medicine?
Oh, I'm fantastic with medicine.
They've been dead a while.
Yeah. One thing that you can tell from them is that they are dressed very similarly to the gang that you fought previously.
These will be...
These look like they're part of that gang.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll rummaging through their pockets.
Yeah. There's not a lot in there. Just a few coins.
I'll take it.
They were useless bandits. It doesn't suggest that they were capable of summoning that snake.
Since the snake appears to have eaten them, I don't think they summoned it deliberately, at least.
But I'm a be up and up. Look, 2 silver.
Yeah. Woo. As you've got and approach that statue, a loud booming voice is going to echo out around you. And it just hisses, "Only death awaits you here."
That doesn't make sense. Death awaits us everywhere.
We're
very old. Death's like, any minute away now, really.
Yeah. Fair enough. Is there anything else anybody in this room?
I'm poking at these lights and trying to figure out what makes them light.
Okay.
How work?
Roll me an Arcana.
I've just pulled this screwdriver with multiple heads out of my pocket and start poking it around.
They appear to be drift globes that have been tethered to a brazier or a stand. And so when the temple was trashed and the stand was destroyed, these are kind of still sort of floating, but they don't really light up till anyone gets close. One of them also, the one that's closest to you, has a little bit of a crack in it, and so it just kind of flickers awkwardly as it does so.
Interesting. I wedge my screwdriver into the crack.
Do you remember the Battle of Dalmeny in 2032? When the huge army that we were part of was thwarted by the greatest army ever, the greatest threat known to the combined massive forces that were unable to progress to the final battle. It stands before me. And I point out the door.
That's a door.
Exactly. It took 4 days for the sorted masteries to be able to break it down.
Are you talking about the time you locked yourself in the inn on the day of the big battle and 4 of the housemates had to break you out?
Have you tried the handle?
I look down. Is there a handle on the door?
There is. It's also ajar.
But you said it was the door. So I look at the handle and I pull it shut.
You're a massive locking mechanism.
Please tell me.
Wait, the other way.
I try and push it open.
It opens.
We have bested the greatest foe known in this entire palace, cathedral, temple. Our way is surely clear.
Good
I
job.
think it wasn't jammed.
I stand back and let somebody that isn't Woo walk through it.
As anyone gets close to the statue, it basically repeats, "Only death will meet you here."
Rather monotonous, isn't it?
Does it stack or does it start over as we walk past in like, one after the other?
It's like a layered series of
Oh,
voices.
God.
That all it's like this massive cacophony, and Kyle is like, "Oh my god, what is this?" and just kind of like almost curls into himself and makes the path as far away from this statue as he possibly can.
He's just going to keep stepping towards it and then away, towards it and away.
Hey, it'd be a common spell. I've seen this one used before. I heard tales of a bard who enchanted all his musical instruments to clap at the end of the performance.
It's very bad for humans and other people with two legs to get clap at the end of a performance.
Kyle goes bright red. So there's a door. Are we gonna like?
Send us through the door, please.
It should be open. I didn't lock it. There we go.
Frida! Oh shit.
Oh, call me so unawares.
You find yourself in a corridor with more of the biggest enemies of every D&D party. Three more doors.
We can't fight 3 BBEG, surely.
Yeah, that's later.
No, we've already gone through one.
And the statue asking for a low 5, it looks like.
Oh yeah,
Does
you
anyone
got 3
have a
doors.
preference?
Are any of them?
One of them is locked. 2 of them are. Well, actually, no. Have you? Well, you already know now. 2 of them are open.
I believe this one be locked.
Many of them resemble jars.
Through the locked one it is then.
If you turn your head and squint, it could look like a jar, I suppose.
Okay,
It's always the locked one, isn't it?
Oh well,
it is. I guess.
I have a crowbar. Unless anyone has a more succinct way to open a door.
As
No, I think
used
I'd
to,
rather watch
I
you with
believe.
crowbar.
Crowbar sounds interesting.
I'm gonna
Can I
Go on.
cast Gust? But the door's not a creature, is it? So that doesn't really count. But it says it can move one object that is neither held nor carried and weighs no. Does the door weigh more than 5 pounds?
I mean,
Solid
they're
wooden door. Wank.
solid.
Okay.
Made out of
I
balsa.
try it anyway. I try.
But
I
I'm
just stand
also-
in front of it. I stand in front of the door, and I I mutter a couple of words, and my hand rotates on the end of its wrist, and it creates a bit of a wind, and it just kind of against it. So you all get a bit of a gust as it bounces harmlessly off the.
Okay.
Just like that, poor cat. Just like that. That's not
That's
freaky
tiny.
at all.
You hear Whistle Sprit from well back in the other room just call. Is there a draft in here?
A few small snakes are dislodged from the ceiling as you do this, tiny little, less than a foot, and they kind of hit the floor and then slither into any dark crevice as you around. They don't necessarily like try to attack you or anything. They just hit it and move out of the light again.
What's with the snakes?
Why do they have to be snakes?
This statue in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
What's that of?
Roll me religion.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. 3.
A woman.
What's the woman doing?
She's standing there with a basket of fruits.
Is it entirely stone and nothing is loose on the statue?
It just looks like a statue. It's in good nick. It's in better nick pretty much than any other part of the temple that you've seen thus far.
Okay, I'm gonna awkwardly get the crowbar out and attempt to crowbar the door open with my mighty, mighty strength of 9.
Go for it.
Does using a crowbar give me anything to help? It gives me advantage.
Does
Fantastic.
give you advantage.
Oh
Almost
boy.
if you were using a tool designed to give you advantage on
know,
strength-based checks.
At least it's
do
better
it.
than my Mighty Dex score of 5.
For a total of 19.
There's an almighty screech as this door basically pops off its hinges. It's still kind of locked, but it's just like hanging there,
Oh,
where it's been knocked off its hinges, so it's kind of like connected to like the keyhole-y thing.
Oh, you
But
opened
it
it from the wrong side. But it's open.
Definitely looks like it.
I'll awkwardly wiggle and walk the door out of the lock and set it aside.
Okay.
Can you open it for us, please?
Oh yeah, that's probably a thing I should have done first.
Because it is actually locked.
Oh, yes. Now, there we go.
I had total confidence in myself.
Would you like to go first?
Aye, sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
There's still bright light in that room with Kai in it. So everything's just like bright light.
Yeah. Oh, in that case, I'm just going to drag a light token here. There we go. Thematic lighting, when? And you find yourselves in this kind of what looks like a bedroom? Almost? It's very dusty and there are a lot of spider webs in here. It doesn't look like it's been touched in years. But there's a double bed, couch, desk with some books, letters and scrolls on it. Child's play area. Spinning wheel. It looks as though this room may have belonged to the priestesses who inhabited this temple.
Now, it may be my memory failing, but Kyle, why are we here again?
We were here to find out find the necromancer who is cursing the city. They're draining the life from it.
Oh, yes. I remember now. Like it was 2 weeks ago. You think they were sleeping in here?
I don't think anyone's been in this room in ages.
Is that chest on the floor under the bed, is it like a footlocker that's open, or does it look like it's been secured?
It's open.
I creak over and stretch down and pull it out from under the bed.
Okay.
Look at this. Do you think it's trapped? Do you remember when we used to go down the dungeons and we used to find all of those things that we thought were great fun, and then we'd open them up and a cloud of poisonous gas appeared, and as I say that, I just open it up.
As you open it, Raja goes, I can check if you... Oh.
As you open it, a few spiders scuttle out and disappear into the bed furs, sort of falling off your hands. And it just looks like it's a toy box. Like there's a couple of dolls in there and some blocks, a spinning top.
I reach down and pick up one of the dolls. And then I take it over to Kyle. And I reach out to him and say, here you go. I understand that when people are scared, sometimes they use these to comfort them. And I give him one.
Thank you. And he kind of very gingerly takes this doll as though it's about to bite him, and stares down at it. It's a little red-headed figure. And she's got a shield and a sword. What's everybody else doing?
I want to have a little look on this table to see if there's... You said there's a lot of paperwork. Just not reading through everything, but skimming through. Is there anything that's more recent on there?
All of it looks equally old. Can you give me a perception? Or investigation? Investigation, since you're rifling through everything.
22.
There's what appears to be... Whoa. It looks like someone's dropped a bunch of gifts, which is less to do with us and more to do with stream chat, but... So, thank you for that.
It say here that Mr. New Vegas 38 dropped 5 gift subs. Thank you. I don't know what this means.
Yes. And going back to the desk, there's a couple of letters here. One of them has the same sort of... There's like... It's in an envelope that looks like it's about to be sealed. Are you going to read through them, or...?
Yeah, I'll read through that one. Because that one looks like it's probably more recent if it wasn't sealed.
The general gist that you get from this letter is that it is a request for aid to one of the neighbouring kingdoms. They feel that there is going to be an attack upon the temple fairly soon, and they are basically begging for somebody to come and assist them. There's another letter that is on the desk. Well, there's two other letters. One of them has a really strong floral scent, which is weird because it's been looks like it's been sitting there for ages. And the third letter bears the city crest.
Well, let's read both of them. Let's go with the smelly letter first.
The smelly letter is addressed to somebody called Nessie. And it is basically frippery. It is talking about a ball that has occurred in one of the, like, the kingdom in the city. It, like, goes into these minute details about the gowns and who was there, and a massive fight between one couple that was, like, part of this group. It's written in a very silvery hand and signed by someone called Sissy. The seal on that letter is particularly interesting, though, in that it has both a shield with a raven and a snake fighting within it.
Okay. And the one with the city mark on?
The city mark is basically a final warning. It basically is telling the priestess of the Temple of Daima that if they do not close down the temple and redistribute all of the, or pay in teeth, all of the goods within the temple to the Council of the Eternal Flame, because the Eternal Flame is the one true God, and that is the only one that should be worshipped within the kingdom, the consequences will be serious. This is a final notice of warning to say that they must shut their temple down.
Okay.
Right, everybody, so the gist of what I've just learned. The council were assholes. They came and destroyed this place and potentially pissed off the people who were here. And perhaps one of them, or a descendant, is the necromancer who is now planning to fuck up everything because of the council. It's as we've always said, the council are the root of all evil.
Sound familiar? Yes. Could I scan the room for kind of any sign of recent disturbance, like any areas that are kind of cleaner, or...
Roll me a perception check with advantage.
Which one's that? Shift again.
Yep.
Pretty much this room is dusty. No one except for you guys has been in here in a really long time.
Wu walks up to the door, opens it, looks inside, sees it's dark, casts light on the end of his finger, forgetting that he's already cast it on Kai, and then has a look in to see what's in the room.
It looks like it's a bathroom.
Devilish secrets does this room hold?
I just scan my finger, just even though it's the whole room's lit up with it, and step in.
There's a vanity with a smashed mirror in it. A bathtub that looks like it's got some very rank water floating in the bottom of it. A few pots. There's 2 doors at the far end of the room.
Okay, well, I mean, he just batters on, just, you know, having been told to try the handle, he tries the handle.
It opens. Oops, or it would open if I hadn't just locked it.
It's the opposite sort of thing.
Yeah. And
I go to the next one.
Okay. The first door that you open has a trapdoor with a snake above it. and if you've opened the second one, that just leads to a privy.
There's a door in here. It goes down.
Down to where?
And I guess Wu just reaches towards one of the handles and tries it.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Cause we're good at that, being old people.
He's old.
At least it's not Kai making it. That would be a disaster.
I hope we find a way to make Kai make a dex save.
Well, apparently, the oil that he received earlier has finally got in to the creaking parts.
Yes, and you just kind of see at the corner of your eye, the stone snake statue on the wall behind the trapdoor reaches down and tries to strike at you as you go to open this, but you manage to duck out of the way as it does so.
It's trapped, but it looks like it's magic.
Well, maybe you've used some of the magic. Maybe it'll be okay to open now.
I reach down and try it again.
It tries to strike at you again.
No, it's still there.
Perhaps it was only good for two. Ouch.
Okay. Roll me 1d8 as this snake strikes at you again and hits you, I'm guessing, because that was a 2.
Yeah.
You're going from highs to lows.
Is this anything to do with poison again, is it?
I was going to go for piercing, but...
That's fine, yeah, go for it. So what you want me to do? Roll what? Sorry, or D8?
Yeah.
There we go, that one.
Roll low.
No, that's not happening. 23. Okay, down.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
And yeah. But I think this is probably a really good place for a break. Welcome back. So previously, before break, there was a trapdoor found with a snake that bites people, apparently, if they're not fast enough.
Can I cast Dispel Magic
Sure.
to get rid of whatever magic it is that's causing this thing to happen?
Yep.
Yeah. I can only cast it at level 3, so that's what I'll do. Yeah. Wu starts making a noise that's a bit like humming. And then and he just points at it. And that's him trying to spell the snake with a suitably snaked puppy.
Tyler, I think his voice box be broken again.
I'm okay. Hey, just trying to get rid of this snake. Keeps biting me.
Tyler, I think you might need to give him another kick.
I am
It's not
fine.
making much sense.
Do not kick me again. It hurt. My voice box is not broken.
Are you sure? I'm always willing.
Oh, actually. That snake hit me, didn't it?
It did.
That's my roll, DM. What is it? Which way does it go?
I need to actually.
Secrets are occurring.
You might need to get hit again.
Yet.
Listen, if you don't want to be kicked, I have a hammer.
Right, so am I okay?
Yeah.
Okay, right, cool. Right, so I cast that spell, and I point at it and make the noise. Does anything happen?
As
When I
you're... The snake does appear to sort of freeze in place as your dispel magic slams into it. But I guess you won't know for sure unless you actually try and reach for the thing again.
I reach down for it again.
It doesn't move.
Yes. Can I open it?
Yeah. It appears to unlock, and there's like a set of stairs leading down into what looks to be a sub-level of the basement.
Okay. I stand back past Kai and I just say, you've got the light, you go first.
Your finger is also glowing with light, but sure, why not?
And I look at my finger. Oh, wait a minute. And
Descend.
Tap your staff again as you walk past.
Yeah. Let's go down.
And
As he goes, Kai will shout, "Come on, everyone, follow me."
Weasel Sprite, it looks like we're going on another toilet adventure.
All of us?
Yeah.
Seems like it could be tight.
Not as bad as the last time, eh?
How many toilet adventures have you been on without the rest of us?
Have you seen how many toilets in this city work for wheelchairs? I'm serious.
At least 60% more than there were previously.
Well, you know, accommodation should be made.
In a wheelchair
Number 6.
are you going down the stairs, or is that...
Kai is going down the stairs, yes.
Okay. The rest of you follow?
Yep.
I'll follow up the rear with wheels.
I'll wait till everyone else has gone down because I'm very slow going up and down stairs.
Yeah.
Woo, you look different.
Oh no! I did fucked up the token. Sorry guys, I will fix that. You can tell which ones we did prepped earlier.
And the poetry is plunged into darkness. There we go.
I'm sorry, I wasn't I wasn't quite myself for a minute there.
The light does funny things.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kai's a human torch, isn't he? There we go.
Well, he's Johnny Flame.
Yep.
You find yourselves in what appears to be a subterranean room of the temple. There's another version of, this time intact, of the statue you've seen earlier. Floor's kind of a little bit slippery under your feet.
Roll over towards the statue and see if it yells at me.
Doesn't?
Boing. I'm just gonna reach out with a tiny chisel and chisel some magical runes into it, and I'm using magical tinkering, so whenever somebody taps my magical rune it yells, "Only death awaits you!" in my voice.
Okay. At the far end of this room, or the opposite end of the room to the statue you found and now defaced.
Only death awaits you.
There's what appears to be a door. With two statues flanking at either side. There's also the corpses of two more adventuring types. These ones look older.
Sure, it's coincidental.
The corpses look older, or the people that they were before they were corpses look older?
You can't tell the age of the people that they were because the corpses are that old.
Is anything behind the statue?
No, but as Wu approaches the bodies, there is a clicking sound. As though something has tried to trigger and failed.
I think my knees are going again.
The kicking
I don't think that sound. I don't think that sound came from your knees, Wu. It sounded like it came from over there.
Well, there's snakes on the wall.
And are you going, or the bodies before you have a bunch of arrows sticking out of them?
Which side of them?
The front side.
The front side
Like-
facing towards the door?
Yes.
Okay.
And the clicking sound continues.
Wu takes a step back.
Okay. What do you think that sound means?
Probably something dangerous.
Dangerous? Oh no, not more danger.
Just
Is
Was danger, boy. You get used to it.
that like the smell? And there's like this overwhelming stench of death and decay, probably mostly from the corpses, you think, maybe.
What smell you be talking about, boy?
That, the Jesus
Missed my
corpses.
Oh, this be nothing.
Yeah.
You get
As
used
well
to it.
as a slight floral undertone, but you're not 100% sure. Because, yeah, these corpses, they stink.
If I had to guess, that pressure plate we'll be standing on activated an arrow trap which fired poison arrows into the people from the snakes. Because it feels thematic.
It's not firing arrows now.
That's because
Go on,
the
Luke.
people are full of them.
Woo
And yeah,
reaches down for an arrow and pulls one out of the corpse.
it comes out cleanly.
Does it look anything unusual?
There's a faint groove in it. That may or may
This
not.
groove was in the heart. I wonder if it managed to infect them. And step forward onto where the corpse is.
The clicking sound increases, but nothing happens.
Clicking
Beyond
intensifies.
Yes.
You light
The clicking intensifies.
Okay, Woo takes another step forward.
It's just a clicking sound.
Well, I suppose that means we're fine. Let's go.
Woo! Give me that arrow.
Yeah, walk back and hand it over.
I just break the head off it, so I've got like a foot of wooden shaft or whatever, and I start carving into it. I'm going to use magical tinkering to make it smell like nice, pleasant flowers, and I just hand it over to Kyle.
Oh, he
Thank you,
does care.
grandfather. And he
Right.
takes the arrow from you.
They'll never get used to smell like that, but if you're gonna complain, I'll just squeeze around everyone and wheel forwards towards the door.
Yeah. And it's
Be
a
a
door.
strange toilet.
Or bloody doors.
Was it
Many of them is
Can
a-
I poke at it?
Yeah, yeah. The handle appears to move under your hand.
Excellent. I'll reach forwards and push it open.
And it opens. As soon as I get... Whoops. That was
It does not
what-
open.
There we go. The door
Does open.
opens.
Be a mighty fine private bathroom.
You can see a kind of curved path towards you. Strangely flowers. Which might explain the strange floral scent, perhaps.
Do you think these ones will come alive as well?
No, let's see. A wheel
Hope
forward.
not. The last ones were rather bossy.
Flowers! Are you going to talk to us?
There's silence from the flowers. You can, however, hear the faint murmurings, but you're not 100% sure if coming from the far wall.
Looks like there's a desk over there. Another door.
Woo reaches down and makes a big show of putting the flower up to his nose and then making a really loud, like, sniffing noise.
Can Woo actually smell things?
But say, Kai turns to her and goes, I didn't know you could smell.
It's lovely. Try it. And then he just holds it right over.
That's what you do, Guy. He smells awful. Ah!
It is a really sickly floral scent. Like, the letter on the desk was floral and quite pleasant. This is just like, it's almost too sweet.
Is it a similar smell though?
No.
No. Okay.
And it fills the room. There's more of those strange glowing orbs hovering above the plants in this room to keep them alive, and a fountain filled with rather murky water, or puddles of murky water.
Also copper coin into the fountain.
It hits it with a weird splash. Flecks of water sort of appear.
I just keep going forwards.
Okay. There's sort of a small workspace at the end of this room.
I run into the corner by accident.
Got a desk, some papers and some books, a small chest, bookcases.
Take a look over the desk and see if anything jumps out at me. Both in the literal sense and in the, like, gaining of knowledge sense. Because you never know.
Mimics be everywhere, man. Sometimes they're doors, sometimes they're books. In this case, however... Yeah, or a chair. However... in this particular instance, nothing does actually try to attack you at the desk. There's a book. If you'd like to investigate it, you can roll me an Arcana check. And a couple of papers, as well as another letter.
I'm not a fool. I'll reach out with a long stick and open the book.
Okay. There is scribbling in it. Might be magical. Might just be somebody's diary. You're not sure.
That seems useless. I'll use a stick to close the book again.
Fair enough.
I just throw the stick away into the garden, just in case.
Kind of thunks within the plants and another tiny snake slithers away from it, as though disturbed by the thing, and disappears into the cracks in the wall. Was that a snake?
Did you not see the others?
Why you be surprised?
Lots of snakes in this place.
There are. But yes, the door up ahead is ajar. There's just no way to do that in Foundry. Or maybe no.
No, it seems like it could hold preserves of some kind.
This room does actually really stink as you get close to it too.
That'll be because the jar open.
Wu looks down at the chest. The one upstairs was a children's toy. This one's probably filled with fertilizer. And he opens up the chest.
Fertilizer?
Fertilizer.
Well,
Are you a brand new combine harvester?
To be fair, it lasted far longer than I expected.
It did.
Look at me. I be Aldo now.
I mean, you look the same, so yeah, fair enough.
Look at me. I be the lieutenant now.
All of the chaos. Shall we give him a minute?
I be Discord's screen share window now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Hang on. I'm just
yes, you are transmitting your Discord.
I didn't think that would pop up. I thought it was a modal. I just need to get another window in there.
Experience some technical difficulties.
It's not technically in the game.
I'll do it.
Let me.
But killing him while he's not here doesn't seem very fair.
He would do the same to you.
I mean, he would, but we're trying to be like...
He would have let you get this far.
Yes, please stand by, peeps. Just give Aldo a chance to get back.
Hey. Temporary fix you working?
Maybe whistle sprit now.
Wait a minute.
I'm borrowing your power and your voice.
Don't feel bad, it's a terrible voice. Whoa, what's in that box?
Okay, we can go over what's in the box. I mean, it does read, but... Aldo's back, yay!
We discussed killing you while you weren't here.
Understandable.
I was
Artemis already hasn't.
I do have cleric seeking rocks.
I mean,
Anyway.
I'm shocked it's taking you this long and they still haven't appeared. I didn't think it'd last 5 minutes.
Yeah. Anyway, Woo, you find a bunch of gardening tools in the chest.
I pick up a trowel.
It's very trowely.
Yeah. And yeah, look at it, take it, turn around, see everybody's moving on, just walk with a trowel in my hand.
Makes sense.
Just stand there watching you the entire time. Confused expression.
Woo, woo. Here, take this, and I'll give you a potion of healing because you look slightly knackered. So I shall put that into your non-trowel filled hand.
And I look at it, and oh, thank you. And I lean my head slightly to one side, and I take the stopper off, and I pour it into my eye socket.
So that's 2d4 plus 2 hit points that you get back. Better than nothing.
2d4 plus
2.
Brr.
Good, some good strong healing right there.
Excellent. It flows down through my gears and cogs and magical mechanicals, and yep. Thank you.
Hey, try not to get bitten by any more snakes.
Yes.
Aim with your trowel.
I hold it up proudly.
And
I
I
reach
guess
forwards and push at the door.
through the jam jar we go.
In Marmalade jar.
The door does open and reveals a really smelly room with a bunch of corpses on the back shelves.
Ah, there's dead fellas in here. Don't let the boy in.
Look,
No.
Kyle, more dead things.
I'll wheel in and see if there's anything unusual about the bodies other than the death, which is fairly typical of bodies, I suppose, actually.
He needs to get used to it, Whittlesprit. He can't avoid it forever.
And yes, roll me a medicine check with advantage.
I pressed the button before I said that. It's fine, I'll do it again.
Yay!
Hey.
It's fine, I've done it again.
These corpses appear to have their hearts carved out. They're mostly intact other than that, but there is a massive hole in the chest cavity. Also, someone's vacuuming outside my room. I apologize for any background noise that may or may not be transmitted over the next few minutes.
I think we're getting to the heart of the matter here.
How did they die?
Well, the hearts aren't there.
Ah, that'll do it.
Massive blood loss. Were the hearts
If from
removed
blood loss, they must have.
pre-mortem or post-mortem?
Post, but
Nice.
like very freshly.
Possibly not massive blood loss. Looks like
Aye.
sacrifices of some sort.
Kai, you be a religious type. Do you have any idea what's going on here?
Can have a look.
Yep.
Inspect the bodies for anything he thinks could be unusual other than the missing hearts.
Are you aiming for more of a religious bent or more of a medical one?
I mean, probably medicine.
Okay.
So, I mean, I suppose you asked me about religious, didn't you?
If you do religious, I'll aid you by standing behind you, listening to your, talking to yourself as you're doing it, and interject with my knowledge of religion.
I'm not sure that'll help awful much, but
entertaining.
If you're being helped, roll with advantage.
Advantage on religion. Yeah, how did it go?
There are a handful of rituals that you know of, but none of them bode particularly well. You can't identify which particular ritual it is that's potentially going ahead, but none of it is good.
I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I suspect it's not very good. You don't tend to remove the heart for a peaceful purpose.
These bodies, is the blood dry, or is it congealing, or is it wet?
You could either ask... Are you asking Whistle Sprite?
I'm just gonna go over and put my finger in it.
Okay, well in that case... the one that you stick your finger in is reasonably fresh and a little bit slimy. It's kind of gross. Probably should roll a Constitution saving throw.
I've dealt with dead bodies before. I'm a warlock.
No, anyway.
You're wearing gloves.
Yes.
Lick my finger now.
Definitely roll me a Constitution saving throw if you're doing that. No, but that particular one is kind of still wet. Some of them look a little bit more crispy.
Someone's been here recently.
And he died on that table.
No, I mean, this body had its heart removed relatively recently. Perhaps this is where whoever's operating. But we didn't see any blood on the way down. Perhaps there is another way into this room to get the bodies in and out easier.
Is there... Are you looking around the room?
I'll have a quick perusal of the room.
There's a big pile of clothes behind the door, clearly come off these people.
Mm-hmm.
And at the other end of the room, there is a rather familiar-looking motif now. With a snake sitting above a stone wall.
I see something that is either a trap or a door. Let me find out before ye come in.
No.
You can't disarm her.
I'll make some stompy steps towards the snake on the wall.
He doesn't want me trapped disarm her.
What?
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Take that. 17.
And yeah, you duck out of the way as this statue comes to life and tries to strike at you.
Not again.
I take out my hammer. I just want to try and hit the head off of the stone snake with this, like, tool hammer.
Go for it.
I don't quite know if there's an attack I can roll, because I am just swinging a claw hammer at it, as opposed to a weapon.
Is there like a, improvised
I can just
weapon?
roll an attack roll if you like.
Yeah, do that.
Would you say proficient in claw hammer? Okay, let's see, 1 through 20. Ooh, -1. Hiya! Get swung at, snake. 17.
Yeah, and that kind of smashes it falls to the ground. And almost seems to try to slither, or parts of it try to slither towards the corpses on the floor. Away from you.
Good news, everyone! I killed the snake.
You mean the statue?
Aye. Yes.
No. I suppose that saves Wu being bitten again.
True.
Thank you.
Push on the wall to see if it opens.
And it does, and your hand kind of just slides through it.
Oh. As in, it's like it's not a real wall, or it pushes open.
It kind of shimmers around your hand.
Ooh. So I basically stumble into the room.
Yeah.
At that point, I see a wall again when...
See the tail sticking out of it slightly.
Okay. We're through here, everybody.
The wall's eating Lucius.
The wall ate Lucius?
Oh.
I just walk in as Lucius did.
The wall's eating Woo.
Come on, Kyle, you're next.
What? I don't want to go in
Come
there.
through here, boy.
Get up here, boy. Stand in front of that wall.
But
Whoa. Get everybody in here now.
Woo's hand just goes back through the wall. Come here, and it goes like this. It just kind of summons. It summons. Come here, this way, everybody, through this thing. This is an illusion.
Tell them it's urgent and get them in here now.
And I turn and put my head through and say, "It's urgent. You have to come in now."
Come on, lad, get through the wall.
Kyle, like, holding his nose and trying desperately not to look at these corpses, follows.
Kyle will like prod him through with his walking stick.
And as soon as Kai walks in, light follows and the place goes bright again.
Liswick clears his throat and goes, "Hello there, love. Who might you be?"
The figure at the back of the room doesn't initially respond to you. She's tall and heavily robed, in robes of dark green. She's tending to the altar that's behind her. A golden crown is nestled within a bunch of snakes that they all turn to look at you, but her head does not as you enter. There's this sort of soft flickering of the fire below the cauldron on the altar. There's two other pillars that are on that center altar, also pulse with magic. Sila, from where you're sitting, there's a corpse on that cart that looks like it's had its heart freshly cleaved from it, much like the bodies in the other room. And there's sort of a stench of both death and those sickly purple flowers that surround you.
Sorry, Russ, I had a sneezing fit there. I heard you said Sila's name, and I don't know if it was specifically directed to my character.
It was. I was basically just telling you that the corpse next to you on that cart looks like it's had its heart torn out, very similar to the other ones.
I reach forward to Kai, knowing, of course, that Kai gets in close combat with things, right? And cast protection from good and evil. Well, actually, evil and good.
It's the same thing.
Apparently, you need to protect from evil more often. Comes first.
Me, I suppose.
I'm just gonna lean towards Lucius and go, "Do you want me mysterious robed figure disarming device?"
I believe we may be having to disarm her.
It's the same as the trap disarming device, you see. And I reach around behind my wheelchair to the biggest pouch there and pull out like an iron ball the size of my head with a massive fuse sticking out of one end of it. Just hand it over to Lucius.
Is it literally just a bomb that you've given me, by chance?
Yup. It disarms many things.
Do we be thinking this snaky lady be the necromancer we're here to stop?
I don't know. Hang on. Hey,
A heartless
you're the
corpse
necromancer we're here
suggests.
to stop.
She sort of turns her head towards you.
Yeah, hello. That's me. Over here, in the pink.
And it's almost like she's angling her face away from you, even as her head sort of turns. She kind of tilts. The snakes are all trained upon you that spring from her head. I will not let you take her from me again. Is this the best that the city council brings to offer? A bunch of old adventurers past their prime.
Yeah, fuck the council. We're here to stop you from fucking the land.
The land. The council is the land. And they have taken everything from me. You will not stop me. I will not let you take her again. I will not.
Right, well, we're not with the council. We're
You're
retired.
not? So you were the former dogs of the council?
No.
You're on a day out from the
Iron.
care home.
Aye, we fought in the war, because if I didn't fight in the war, I would have been sunk.
You should have been sunk.
Wow.
I'm gonna start lighting the fuse on the bomb and I want to throw it at her.
Touchy, touchy.
She went after my boat.
Does your boat still float at this point?
I believe that we discussed that I do actually still have a ship in the harbour that may or may not be seaworthy.
Unlike you.
But I have a VR experience that I can play in the care home.
It's DC 12 dex save for the bomb.
Just awkwardly get up my tinderbox and start trying to light the fuse and then throw it at her. I'll teach her.
She kind of just reaches out and ducks away all of those snakes on her head, clearly giving her perhaps a little better advice or knowledge as to where that bomb is going, and she turns towards you and glares.
It is going to still
paid for
explode
that.
though, right?
Yeah. Where is it exploding?
Oh,
It's still a bomb.
I threw it at her, so I don't know where it would have gone to.
Maybe rolls past her. Is everything within 5 feet of the target point, so she jumped out of it, but maybe it's on the altar. Target point was the square she's standing on, I mean.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where would be the most comedic.
Fair enough.
For that to land.
Need it.
It lands basically to her left. Not quite on the altar as such. And she kind of kicks it away with her foot as it hits towards the wall. I'm guessing it explodes at that point.
The general do.
So what's the deal with them? No one's put it in chat for me to actually understand how bombs work.
Literally, it's just 3d6 fire damage. It doesn't describe damage to objects. Although damage to object rules in 5e are terrible, so...
Yeah,
Makes a bit of a mark, I suppose.
it does.
It makes a
And
loud
she-
noise as well.
Kind of hisses and turns towards you.
I'm going to hiss
You would
back at her.
Deface my temple.
You badmouthed me ship.
What do I care about your ship?
What do I care
Yes.
about your temple?
You will
Feels like we're
leave,
going in circles.
or you will die.
I'm closer to dying than leaving, love.
You'll fumble at me once.
It's an awful long walk back out. I mean, you'd be saving us the hassle, really.
Brilliant. If that's the case, and she sort of turns towards you, Kai, your hearts will fuel my ritual even more, weak as they are.
That's rude.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure about the metal one there, but the rest of you, they will be quite nice. A few more hearts. I will have her again.
She talked an awful lot. I really want to attack her. But I did already throw a bomb and miss, so...
However, I think she is going to take the thing out of your hands. And I would like for everybody to roll initiative, please.
Yeah. Hey. This snaky lady.
And then I've got just the thing for this. Oh wait, we're fighting?
The anti-snake spray.
It is, yep. Definitely got that somewhere.
Is that just a vial of acid by chance?
It works.
Wish we would have had that short rest. Oh, is it me starting? Sorry.
Yes, sorry. It is you.
Okay. Right. We've got Miss Snaky Lady over there. So I am going to bonus action summon a Steven to go top left of her. Bring out a little Steven. Let's Steven press the button. And he'll pop up and he'll take a swing at her and potentially do 1 damage.
I mean, he doesn't even do that. He misses.
Good job, Steven. And then I will cast on her a spell. I have... Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to take out the skull. And I'm going to say, Captain, I've been needing your help. And I'm going to cast Summon Undead and bring me Captain out to play. The ghostly Captain Fangtail will appear on her other side, on the top right. And I'll just shout, kick her ass, Captain! And that will be me done, and then after I've done, the ghost will attempt to attack her. And roll horribly. I just quickly want to check because I don't know what's his multi-attack. He gets 1, but it's worded weirdly. Cool. So yes, so I presume a 3 does not, an 8 does not hit her.
It does not.
Cool, but now there's a ghost and a tentacle, and that's me done.
Okay.
That'll teach her.
Yep. She does not look particularly amused, from what you can see of her face.
Not a fan of calamari.
No.
Sorry, is it?
Who's going
Roger's turn.
It is.
Is that a kind of desk just to the side of Raja?
It is.
Could Raja attempt to hide behind said desk? Is it that large or?
They're a small tabaxi, yeah.
Good. Well, Raja shall move behind the desk and attempt to hide as a bonus action. Which I assume means you want a stealth roll.
I'm pretty sure as a rogue you just kind of get that.
It's a bonus action to hide, but
Yeah.
we'll give you a stealth roll anyway, because, you know.
mean, she was pretty distracted by the other ones, but you're not 100% sure if you hit it or not.
Yeah. Then shoot the short bow. I assume we're not hidden, so just a ordinary shot.
That misses.
Oh god, so yeah, that's the turn.
Yep. Noah. That would be you.
So Sila will take great offence in saying her heart is frail and weak. And we'll use her 45 speed of movement to basically go up and around to the other side of Scaly Lady.
Yep.
Do the patented punch her in the face.
That hits.
Excellent. Could I make that a stunning strike?
Sure.
So a DC 16 con save.
She fails that.
Excellent. So now she's stunned, so she's incapacitated. All attacks against her now have advantage, and she auto fails strength and dex.
Brilliant.
So I will attack again, but I now have the advantage. I press shift click to do an advantage roll, don't I?
Yep.
Lovely. So does that one hit?
Hits.
Lovely. Yeah, just bonus action, one more hit.
That also hits.
Lovely. Well, I feel like I've beaten them up enough, at least for one turn, so that's me.
Yep. So she's stunned, so she can't make any
Can't do anything.
actions.
No actions or reactions.
Basically
Okay.
loses the turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
That's
the
fine.
best.
It's the greatest thing about being a monk. Just get completely derail everything.
Yeah. Go for it. All right. Woo, you're up.
I am gonna spend 2 sorcery points and do a quickened spell as a bonus action. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile as a bonus action spell, using that. So that's one. I get 3 of them, don't I? Two. I have no available slots. I do. Stop taking slots away from me that I...
You should be able to untick a thing that says use the spell slot when you cast it again.
Aye, okay. I think I've used protection, so I've got 2. That should be there. There we go. That's it. So 11 points of force damage. And then because that was a bonus action quicken spell, I'm going to cast a cantrip. Doesn't use a spell slot as my action. I'm going to cast Firebolt, which I believe I can do. Nah, doesn't
You've
do
got
it.
advantage on the attack because there's some.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Good
you
news.
do. Very good news.
That helped.
Neither of those hit though. It just
Damn it.
kind of slams into the slight raised platform behind her.
Cool. That's me.
Maybe knocks over one of those skulls. Kai.
Okay. Kai is gonna walk up again and go over here this time. Shall bonus action Shield of Faith, and then action Sacred Flame. However, because it's a dex throw, they automatically fail.
That'd be pretty nice.
So she takes 13 points of radiant damage. As your spell slams into her, the snakes glowing. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's all.
Whistle Sprite?
Yes. I'm going to wheel forwards. Then I'll fire a bit. Then I'm going to pull out my arcane firearm with one hand, my tiny cannon. I've got a collection of things that shoot things on my lap at this point. I'm going to twiddle my arcane firearm a bit, point it towards her, blast scorching rays out of it.
Okay.
Oops, sorry, that should have been an advantage.
That hits. And she takes 8 points of damage as your scorching ray boomy thing slashes into her.
Second one.
That also hits.
And third one.
Ouch.
And then just to be really annoying, I'm going to give you some more damage numbers.
Lovely. Can you do the maths on those?
Second. $16, 23, 28, 29. That's 6. Wait, that's 7. That's 7 damage. Really?
Wonderful.
Alright, Kyle, finish her off. 1 round win.
And then my bonus action.
Oh god, he's not done yet.
God.
I just lift up my other hand and the Eldritch Cannon fires.
Yeah.
Oops, that's also advantage. I didn't hold shift. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yeah, that misses.
It goes wide.
It does. Almost slams into either Kai or Siler.
What's up? Almost slammed into both of them. I'm not sure how this works. Okay, I'm done.
Brilliant. Does she gets unstunned at the end of that round, yeah? No.
At the end of
Nope. In the Manec's
Siler's
turn.
Okay, cool.
You see, when it gets to her turn, she'll be unstunned. Unless she gets stunned again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's great when you're on the party side, probably not as fun when you're on the DM side.
No, it's all good. I just am not very good at remembering stunned rules because I don't play monks.
Okay, so bonus action. Stephen is gonna do his patented slappy slappy. I'm gonna click the other button because you gave me 2. So he's gonna use his bonus slappy slappy, which again should have been at advantage. And that's a 20.
That hits.
And then I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blasts twice at her. Oh well, it fires twice. Bang, bang.
And that's me, and then Captain will attack. And if he has hit, then she needs to make a DC 17 wisdom save, or she is frightened.
She seems to throw off the fright.
Okay.
But she does look fairly beaten up from all of the general stuff that has occurred to her.
That is my turn.
Okay, cool. Who's up next? Raja.
Raja shall fire again.
Yeah, at advantage with sneak.
Advantage.
That misses.
Okay. We have bonus actions. I think that's it. We'll take a step forwards. Just
Yeah.
goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle, who was kind of a little bit out of it for the first round, is suddenly, oh my god, realized that you guys have basically stunned her, or appear to have stunned her. Oh, she's definitely not fighting back anyway. And he is basically going to use Fireball because that seems to work for him.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
We need to use the
50%
ever I
protect.
gave him once. Someone great.
Yeah.
Do you really want to trust Kyle with sharp objects?
His Fireball basically crashes into the cauldron, and the flames in the center of the ritual circle rise up and send out a searing wave of heat off them. They almost seem to grow bigger. This is just misses.
Fighting fire with fire.
For Kyle.
Me now, Ross, or?
Yeah.
Wait, well, I've still got advantage because it's until the end of my next turn. So let's go with the punch to the face. I'm assuming none of those hit.
No.
Damn it. Try again.
That hits.
Excellent. I will use a key point to... where is it? Hand of Harm. To do an extra... but that attack roll doesn't count because I think it just adds on.
Yeah.
Yes, it takes 5 necrotic, and I'll use Physician's Touch, so they are also now poisoned.
Okay.
Right. And bonus action, hit them again. Still advantage for now.
That hits.
And Stunning Strike again.
Of course.
You're worried about Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always
It's
worried
fine.
about Monk. So 16 con.
She manages to throw it off this time.
Damn, I'm out of tricks. On the bright side, she's got disadvantage to attacks because of poison.
And she's also probably about half dead.
That's also helpful.
This is true, but it is now also her turn. And you're in her home. And you've just attacked her.
She insulted me ship. What was I supposed to do?
I mean, this is true, but you also insulted her temple.
It's not much of a temple, is it, though?
I mean, she threatened to rip her hearts out, to be fair.
Run down and, you know, cobwebby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good
Spring
spring
clean.
Irregardless, she seems to come out of this stunned, and you can see her face is just white rage. The snakes are all around her, and they're kind of wreathing as they're watching all of you. She throws her hands up in the air, murmurs something, and another one of the blue serpents that you fought earlier appears, almost sliding out of the walls.
Well, that's a problem.
Whoa, this one's yours.
And then she swings around to you, Sylar, and her gaze catches you.
Now, why would she target me of all people?
I wonder why.
Locking it within it. Can you make me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw as you're trapped within her eyes?
Sure. Sweet.
Okay.
You have lovely eyes.
She hisses.
Is she doing
That's rude.
the Disney animated Robin Hood snake thing right now?
Yep.
No, that was Jungle Book, not Robin Hood. Damn.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Same
Oh,
snake.
not snakes, isn't it?
Brilliant. And yeah, she hisses as she throws it off. Or as you throw it off. And then looks towards the cauldron. You cannot. She must return. And I believe that brings her up to Woos.
Okay, so Wu is looking around at all the things that are going on and isn't very happy about any of them. He's going to step forward next to Whistlesprit, and he's going to cast Bastion of Law. And that will extend a shimmering ward around myself and Whistlesprit. And I'm going to use two I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to do that, so it gives us some temporary hit points, I guess. The ward is represented by a number of d8s equal to the number of sorcery points. When the warded creature takes damage, it can expend a number of those dice, roll them, and reduce the damage taken by it. Oh, it's even better than that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So
Confusing temporary hit points.
Yes, it's yeah, reduction damage thing. So that's Wu's action, and he's going to use the remainder of his sorcery points to quicken another magic missile, and he's going to cast that at 3rd level. So how many extras are 5 you get?
Yep. Might just be better to just roll 5d4 plus 1. No. Just roll 5d4 and then add 5.
Yeah.
Roll 5d4 plus 5.
There you go. So Wu spins. He's one hand. He's gathering up this force that encompasses him and Whistle Sprit, and then the other hand he's spinning around. His wrist just spins round. And as he spins round, each finger just one of these bolts of they're like small clockwork things that light up, and they just fly right across and slam into the snake lady on the other side of the altar.
Okay. What does she need to make a save for that, or
They just hit.
Okay.
Magic missile.
Oh.
There's only one way to block magic missile.
Fair enough.
I'll take this.
And they slam into her.
Technically there's 2, yeah.
And knock her down fairly seriously. But she's still standing and she looks pissed off. Anything else from you?
That's me.
Ty.
Okay. So, bonus action, we're going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Ouch. That definitely hits.
There.
Nice. Got a lot of crits today.
You are.
And then... roll the dead on her.
Already dead.
So, DC 15 Wisdom save from her, please.
She passes.
Damn.
Yeah. A spell slams into her. And she just sort of shrugs it off.
And just if there are any of these rolls being made by this snake lady at advantage, any advantage, then I can negate that advantage. But I don't know if they're at advantage, so I'm not quite
if she
sure how
attacks
to.
us with advantage, you can get rid of it and make it a straight roll.
Exactly, but
I will tell you if she's rolling at advantage.
I think it's
She's
any roll.
not-
It doesn't
not
matter what
currently.
roll it is. Yeah, any roll advantage. I've got 3 points I can use to
You can
negate.
also do
Okay.
it if any of us have disadvantage, I think, right?
That's yep.
Yeah. Well, she's haven't seen reason for her to have advantage at this point, so
She's barely had a
just-
chance to do anything.
this is true. This is true.
Yeah, and that will be Kai's turn, I think.
Sure. Whistle Sprit.
Yep. I'm going to just turn and look to Lieutenant Lucius Liswick and go, "Sorry about this, Lieutenant." And I reach into one of my pouches and pull out 2 tiny symbols. I carefully line them up, tap them together. I'm casting Shatter on the cauldron,
Okay.
which will, as a result, also strike her because she's within 10 feet.
What about Stephen?
And Stephen. And technically the snake, which is also within 10 foot radius.
And my ghost.
Yeah.
And the ghost.
I have to look up the health of the tentacle now.
Okay.
Tentacles of deeps have health.
I don't think
To
we
be
do.
Because I don't think they count as creatures in that in that fashion.
So, okay, cool. So they can't take damage, I guess, so that's nice.
Well,
It's
then we
special
positioned
defense.
around her very well.
It's not an actual creature.
I agree.
The ghost has health, though.
Yes.
Oh, we need to make a concept, sorry.
She fails. And there's this massive explosion as the cauldron explodes and showers pretty much everyone in that immediate area with the contents of that purple potion that she's been brewing. The High Priestess herself, her body appears to ripple and shudder as your spell slams through her. And she almost seems to crumple, and then another blue spectrally form appears in the place that she was standing. There's another one of those weird...
Oh, God. And it'd be at this point that the Latin lyrics kick in, I imagine.
It did, and it disappeared, and it wasn't a problem. Oh no, it's back.
So yeah. And it turns its head towards you.
You were that 13 after Sila.
Well then.
These ghostly forms wreathed in the flickering thing. Purple potion has doused out the flames.
Fantastic. You doing anything else,
Seem
George?
to have produced problems.
Aye. Thank you for apologising for making our job much harder.
It'll be fine. And I just reach down to my lap and fire the Eldritch Cannon that's lying on one of my legs. What's the snake creature that is where the priestess used to be?
Misses.
I'm done.
Okay. That brings us to the top of the round again. Lieutenant?
Now this hasn't gone quite as I thought it was going to go when that happened, so I'm going to get creative. I've not used any of these before, so I'm going to use one of these and very quickly read them because I totally remember what they all do. I want...
That's about right.
What's going to be better? Incapacitation? It's con and strength. I imagine that's both of the things that both of these have that in spades. So we're going to go with one or the other. I'm going to say...
Sorry, Captain. Keep fighting the giant snake.
And I'm going to take a step forward. About here. I should do it. Bonus action, I'm going to move Tentacle of the Deep. Just going to move over here and give a little slappy at the snake.
Sure.
Slappy.
That hits.
Doing 3 cold damage. And then I would like to... I'm going to take a big, deep breath in. And I'm going to breathe out a metallic breath attack and use Enervating Breath, which is a cone that I'm not sure. I think I could probably get both of them. I think. I'll let you judge this. It looks like it would be like on the clipping them. I don't know if I'd only be able to hit one or the other, or if I'd have to move to maybe get both. But if I can only get one, I'll just get one.
I think just one.
Okay, I will go for the one that's close, the one closest to the top. I'll just do the breath weapon at that one. This one here. So it needs to make a DC 15 con save, or become incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Okay. It passes its con save.
I expected this may happen.
And it turns to look at you specifically. Its cold
Flip
eyes.
And then
down at
Mr. Fang Tear is going to, I guess, punch the other snake
Go for it.
with his ghost hands, and I guess miss.
Yes.
Wow, that was an impressive turn. I'm glad I wasted that time. And I'm feeling my go.
Alright, Bunny. Raja?
Raja will, I suppose, draw the rapier and make an attack against the big-ass blue snake.
Yep. That hits. You get sneak on that.
Yeah. Here's sneak.
Nice.
And yeah, we'll stick with that. What was the thingy? Yeah, that will be the turn.
Okay. The snake that is closest to the three of you is going to lash out with a bite towards you, Whistle Sprite.
Bite me.
Whoa. Does a 23 hit?
Yes. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Can you also make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I surely can. It's not great.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear.
You're gonna take 30 points of damage, 10 of it's piercing, the other 20 is poisoned. As this snake bites into you.
Yikes.
I'm going to reduce that by 9. Take 21
Okay.
points.
Fair enough.
Slightly less yikes.
Cosmic Order has saved me.
For now.
No.
And yeah. It is now Kyle's turn. I think we all know what this means.
He's going to use a firebolt and miss.
Probably. Oh no, that actually hit.
Oh my
Hey, Kyle.
god.
Good damn.
Kyle looks as surprised as anyone else. However, he also rolled 2 for his damage, so like...
Jesus Christ.
We're getting slow improvement here, people.
Again, he hears in his head another hit to boast about when we get back to the care home.
He blushes and almost like... Yeah.
Just remember with Kyle, an attack is still an ability check, right? So if he gets close, he could use the talisman he's wearing.
Ah, yes, I am aware.
Wink.
Alrighty. Sila.
Well, if it works, it works. Punch it in the face. I don't think it worked.
No. That worked.
Oh, excellent. Stunning strike. Con save, please.
Of course.
Hey, I don't want to get banned.
It shrugs it off. Rolled a 19.
Damn. Okay.
That misses, though.
Bonus action, one more punch to the face.
That hits.
Excellent. And with my last key point, I will try to stunning strike it again.
It passes.
God
Just.
damn it. I'm out of fancy tricks now.
And it looks really pissed off at the fact that you've just tried to punch it a bunch of times.
Well, that shouldn't have appeared in front of me then.
I mean, you did kind of cause that to happen. But anyway, is that you?
Yeah, I'm out of stuff to do now.
Where? What are you up to?
Woo, not liking the closeness of this big, huge blue serpentine thing chowing down on his buddy next to him, is gonna cast Aid to give the front row of Woo and our characters of Whistle Sprit and Bunny's character all 5 extra temporary hit points.
Okay.
And that is it.
Alrighty. This spirit snake is pretty pissed off at the fact that somebody has just, like, tried to punch it.
Who would do such a thing?
I know, right? Who would do such a thing indeed? And it's going to lash out with its fangs. Does an 18 hit?
Just.
You're going to take 14 points of acid damage as this thing sort of almost slashes and scrapes its fangs across the top of your head.
Steven is going to whip out, using my reaction, to reduce that damage by 1d8. Popowski, you're welcome.
So I take 13 points then?
Yes. Yes, you
Lovely.
do.
A reduction.
Thank you, Stephen.
Kai?
I suppose first up, the spiritual weapon is gonna take a swing at the snake.
Go for it. That hits.
Would dare again against it, so a wisdom save for one, please.
Oh, that's some nice Toll the Dead damage as well.
It loses.
And I believe that's only rolled a 1d12 and it should roll 2. So roll a second.
Damn.
Oh.
These snakes wreathe around you, and how would you like to kill them?
Ding dong.
I would like a giant bell to appear beside its head and the giant spiritual weapon, which is a walking stick, to smash its head between it and the giant spectral bell.
Okay. And it does, and both of the snakes crumple before you as your spell slams into them. The room is, for the most part, fairly quiet as these snakes sort of fade from view. Totally meant to do that.
Hey, Will. That serves all right for talking shit about my boat.
Sure, it's a lovely boat, but next time maybe don't throw bombs at them.
I just shrug.
Rogue person disarming devices.
In my defense, it wasn't my bomb.
We have to have fancy names for things, nobody will take us seriously.
That is
Boy, get
a
over
fair
and
point.
figure out what this cauldron's doing.
Nothing, just liquid everywhere.
Kyle comes and carefully steps through the broken pieces of cauldron. The fire's been mostly quenched. You can see that magic that's had been pulsing from these pillars seems to have stopped. It looks like this might have been the source. I'm not sure exactly, and I won't be able to find out without testing it, but it does appear to have at least stopped. And Kyle scoops up some of the purple liquid into some test tubes and stows them in his bag.
Can Wu cast his eyes over the setup as much as is left to try and just get a read on whether this would be capable of causing the blight that was impacting the land from a magical perspective?
Roll the Arcana with advantage.
You can cast eyes? That's impressive.
$20.
Yeah. It definitely looks like it's been drawing power from somewhere. The land and probably the hearts, and you're pretty confident that you've managed to stop whatever.
This
nefarious
reminds
purpose.
me of the battle we had at Roxborough. There were bodies attached to magical cannons that floated, but this source of power is greater. Yes. Boy. Well done.
As Wu managed magical cannons, I just slip my cannon back into my pouch before I make answers.
And Kyle looks pleased as punch that somebody's praised him for, like, this, because he'd spent ages fighting with the council to get them to, like... Anyway. Lieutenant, what are you up to?
I'm going to come up and have a look what this is. It looks like it's some form of ritual circle around the corpse.
It is.
Is this a... It's hard to tell because it looks small. Is this an adult-sized corpse or a child-sized corpse?
It's a child-sized corpse.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm going to take out the other dagger I have, and I'm just going to break the circle. Just stopping whatever's hoping, hopefully. And hopefully it does explode in my face.
Yeah. Nothing really happens. The bones sit there. One of them's...
Terrible loss, terrible shame. Well, Stephen, take it home. It'll be a nice meal for the chap.
Stephen will wrap around the body and take it with him as he leaves. I have to send a sacrifice where I can.
Okay. And that's what happened.
This body probably has a lot of power attached to it right now.
It does.
Well, I suppose that's that then, eh? Should we get fish and chips on the way back?
Oh yes. Not that place near the harbour though.
I thought they shut down.
They probably should have shut down, yes.
Maybe we get Kyle some ice cream for hitting at least 2 of his firebolts.
Kyle hears in his head, you should take trophies from the victims of your kills to show off when you get back what an accomplished fighter you are.
Kyle looks absolutely horrified by this advice and kind of, like, moves away from you.
I'm gonna walk up to Kyle and put my hands on his shoulders and look at him. And look him in the eye and just say,
"Give me back my talisman, boy," and then take it off him.
And he quite willingly hands it over.
Then you put it back on.
Yeah.
You can keep the dagger. A memento of the day.
And you find yourselves back at the nursing home. Nothing much has really occurred. The journey home was uneventful. You dealt with all the bandits that were, you know, causing problems in the forest. You saved the city from the famine. And Kyle does eventually manage to convince the council that you've succeeded in all of these things. There's a bunch of newspaper articles detailing your heroics. And life settles back in as normal. Until the next time that you may be called upon.
You have a very important question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
2 important questions. Did we get fish and chips, and who sold them to us?
You did get fish and chips, and it was not from the store that Whistle Sprite.
But there's one person we haven't seen this entire adventure. Perhaps.
Hey, I haven't finished yet. You might.
Oh no!
In fight.
Because we are actually about to go into a post-credit scene. There may be continuations from this. There is. This isn't quite a Marvel movie, but there is a post-credit scene. Damn it, Borghat. The blonde halfling enters her mistress's chambers with the morning's papers and a tray laden with breakfast. A small, delicate hand takes the paper from this tray. Pink nails, long and well manicured. And they kind of curl around the front page, proclaiming you guys as saviors of the village, or the city. Her rose-stained lips purrs, and the teacup in the saucer rattles. The halfling in front of her whimpers. And then she speaks. Quinfina, push back this morning's engagements by an hour. It would appear I have letters of congratulations to write. Quinfina looks as though she might argue, but catches herself and leaves to reorganize the day. Her mistress, alone in her chamber, writes 8 letters. 7 she closes with a seal of pink wax marked with lilac and roses, leaving them on her writing desk for Quinfina to have delivered to the Golden Palace retirement home. The 7th bears a seal of a shield with a raven and a serpent locked in battle up on it. That one is tucked into the front of her silky gown. And as the lady sweeps from her rooms high within the citadel, the sun shines over the city of Ardia.